Dude, I did not know until yesterday that the Olympics were over because the closing ceremonies.
Oh, I didn't
I
see anything.
honestly, I didn't really see anything else in between besides, a bobsled here and a
I didn't watch
curling event
anything. Not
there,
one
but I
thing, dude.
didn't
It came and went. Nothing.
no, I didn't sit there and watch anything because it just
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I had no idea. And then I heard like later that night that the US men's hockey team won the gold, beat Canada.
Really?
Everybody was saying how epic it was, and I'm like, "Oh,
Wow. Well,
okay.
all right then.
Yeah,
Sweet.
cheerio."
I did
And then
hear.
I'm
I
like,
did
"Oh,
hear the
well,
women won the gold medal though. They won a couple days ago. I think those gals of ours. I did hear
did
that. I didn't see it, but I heard that. So
they won
well
the gold?"
done. Well done, ladies. Well done, men. Yeah.
Oh. I see. I don't know. I mean, I saw the the medal count.
More women in the United
I
States have won gold than men. So guys, you're getting left behind. Our gals are kicking butt, taking names.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I love the Olympics, but I rarely watch the Olympics, and I've been that way.
I'm a Summer Olympic guy. We've talked about this, but
Yeah.
I mean, it came and went. I bought Peacock so we could watch the Super Bowl and the Olympics, and I watched like maybe an hour of the Super Bowl. So we
See,
immediately canceled the subscription.
yeah.
So
Yeah. But I honestly I love the opening and closing Olympic ceremonies. Like to me
mhm.
that's worth it. And uh, and it's been fun, and it's a lot more fun watching it with your wife, especially a wife who is a dance instructor, as a dancer. So it means a little bit more when you have all that pageantry and all the
But can
dancing and
you,
everything.
Josh Hansen, can you shake a leg? Do you know how to dance?
No.
Me either.
Well,
I don't.
I
Got no
I
rhythm.
can, but uh, I can't do the whole like synchronized dancing,
Hmm.
that my wife teaches that you see on TV. Like I
Couldn't do it.
barely did it. I barely did it because I filled in a couple years ago for a daddy-daughter dance.
Mm.
Filled in for a dad, and luckily all I had to do was just twirl around, go around in some circles, and then make sure I didn't screw up. And
Yeah.
manage that. I managed that, but there's no way. I mean, you look at it really should be an Olympic sport. Like dancing should be an Olympic
I
sport.
believe it is. Isn't ballroom dancing an Olympic sport? Is it not?
I don't know. Like even modern dance should be. Like, could you imagine if they had like well, I mean, I guess ballroom would be what, two dancers.
Yes. I don't know, dude. I don't get it. All I know is when I watch like TikTok or something that shows a dance, I always like watching Dance Face because they have this
Mhm.
weird open mouth and
Yeah.
smile with really big eyes.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that is scary. If you pause at any moment, it looks like they're psychotic. Like, yeah.
I
And
think
I'm
they
like,
are.
is it making you that happy or does dancing make your face contort like that? I don't know. Ask Marianne for
I
me next time you see her.
Yeah, I'll ask her
Dance
in
face.
about an
What's
hour.
that about? Mm-hmm.
There is a dance face, and maybe that's because all I know, because Marianne has tried to explain dancing to me and how she remembers it. It's counting at eights. I'm like, what does that even
Eights?
mean? What does that
Man.
even mean?
That's like Marissa being a swimmer, trying to tell me that there's a pocket of air right by your face as you rotate your shoulders. And every time I've done it, it's nothing but water and I almost drowned. So what's up with our wives trying to like tell us how to, carry on their talents and hobbies?
Yeah, like what do we bring
What do
to
we
the
bring? I bring
relationship?
nothing. I
No,
don't bring anything.
no, we
Yeah.
don't.
They chose us. Let's be honest. They don't need us. They want to be with us for some reason.
I mean, I guess I do kind of bring the cooking element to my marriage
Mm-hmm.
because my wife just doesn't cook. And like today, she was making soup, and she kept asking me, what do I do next? What do I do next? What did you do that? Yeah, how did you make this? Because she wanted to make some tomato soup, and I'm not the type that just opens a can and heats it up.
Wait,
And
you know how to create tomato soup from literally
well,
tomatoes?
no. Okay, I'm not.
I'm like, dude, what? You're
No,
holding out on me, sir.
I'm no ratatouille here,
Okay.
but
You scared me
I
there,
add
man. Scared me.
I will always plus recipes. Like I will always add some kind of element to it, right?
A little razzle
So,
dazzle
yeah, a little razzle dazzle. And so we had tomato soup. It was just a basic, I think, tomato basil soup that we
from
got from
Costco. That
Costco.
stuff's
Hmm.
oh my gosh, yes, I'm a fan. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, of course, I couldn't just put it in a pan and heat it up. Like I had to build flavor into it and everything. So I added some bacon bits. I added some cheese. I
Bacon
added some
bits.
garlic. Yeah,
Ugh.
man.
Eesh.
Oh, the from Costco.
Real
You
bacon,
know,
not like bacon bits, those dry.
no.
Okay.
It's the ones from Costco.
Okay.
Added that, some cheese, a little bit of cottage cheese for a little bit more creaminess,
Man.
some milk and garlic. And it's all in how
Well,
you
then she's
build.
justified to ask you what the
Right.
crap recipe
But
this
then
is.
but
I
she
gotcha.
asks me like, how much do I put in? And I'm like,
Splash.
I don't
Just a
know.
what's a
I
splash?
don't
It's
know.
whatever
Yeah.
comes out.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like you just and when it comes to bacon and garlic, you just go with whatever your heart feels
How
like.
often do you find yourself enhancing things from Costco like that? Because the other day we got pizza from Costco, and my
Oh.
wife's like, "Get the basil plant, whatever it is." She buys
Mhm.
the real plants and puts them in the window well, seal, whatever, and then
Mhm.
they grow. Man, I had no idea. Like fresh basil on anything is amazing, and when you can rip
Mhm.
it off of your own plant, like I felt like
Mhm.
a farmer, like pruning this little leaves, and I was like, "Wow!" And then my hand smelled like it, and it made the pizza 1,000 times better. I'm like,
Oh, it does.
"How'd I never known this? My 50 years of life that like there's this plant you can get that makes everything better." Like
Oh,
I did
and
feel like
oh.
Gordon Ramsay
Mm.
cooking from scratch simply by
Did you
plucking
get
leaves from the plant.
what kind of pizza though? Did you get it from the snack bar or did you get it from
No,
like the frozen food?
it wasn't even the frozens. It was just kind of the mildly cold section. It's that one like
Oh,
margarita
yeah.
pizza where it's got
I
the
know what you're
big
talking about.
chunks of yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Throw some basil on that.
I
Mhm.
love and the vinaigrette.
Man.
Mm,
Yes. See?
yes.
So you do. You see Costco and you're like, "I'm gonna one up you," and
Oh
then
yeah,
you
no,
put your own flair in there.
it's got to be an ADHD thing
Mm,
because I just can't
possibly.
leave the food alone. Like I have to add my own element to it.
It literally makes it
Um,
feel like you've created this thing from scratch. Like, I've
yes,
added
and
a leaf
I'll
to
like
this.
yeah,
It's now my recipe.
I add some cheese and it's my recipe, you know?
Yeah. 100%, man. 100%. Well, good. Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, we should welcome everyone to the Best Darn Podcast Show. Here we are, like this brand new show.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is episode 2.
Here we are.
Uh,
Welcome.
we haven't recorded necessarily in sequence, but you
No.
don't need to know that.
The first one might be the 3rd or 4th or maybe even 5th one. We don't know yet
Yeah.
where we're gonna
Yeah.
plug that one in
Yeah.
because it was weird. That was a weird
Yeah, the
episode.
audio was a little weird, or at least in the moment it was, but I think it
Ended up
recorded
being pretty
well.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine what we can do when we have, like, these amazing mics, what it's gonna sound like. So here we are, Josh. Like
Yeah.
and you said I said, "C whoever you are, Josh, my cohort, I want to just, I got tons of stuff for you." And you're like, "Blue, pump the brakes. We've gotta at least share maybe the reason why we call it the Best Darn Podcast Show." Because we know it's going to be and is, but it actually has a little bit deeper, I think, meaning than
Yeah.
just some randomized AI generated. Like, what kind of hook can we grab for new listeners? What's the point of
Yeah,
this here name?
well, the name it's kind of it took a while for us to come up with this name. And when I fell on the name, I'm like, okay, that's it. This has to be it. And it has a kind of a backstory to it into the history of Josh. Um, so long story short, actually, no long story short. This is a podcast. I'm giving you the long story. So back in the early 90s, my dad bought a baseball card shop. He bought a location. If anybody knows Bountiful, Utah at all, you probably are familiar with the 5 Points Mall. So 5 Points Mall is not there anymore. It was
You
torn
had a
down.
mall in Bountiful? That's mind
Oh
blowing.
yeah. Oh, dude, I have so many stories. I basically
Where
grew up
was
at that
this
mall.
located? I'm not real familiar with Bountiful, but I know enough to kind of like visualize it. Where
Um,
was this?
oh gosh, I don't about what south-ish?
Okay.
Do you know where it's not Gold's Gym anymore? What is it? Vasa? Do you know where Vasa is in Bountiful?
Vaguely,
5
yes.
Points.
Yes.
There's a yeah, well, that's where 5
That's where
Points
it
goes.
was.
It's a roundabout now, but it used to be a 5 Points intersection. To be honest with you, is probably easier for Bountiful Lights to navigate uh, than a roundabout.
There are ghosts of mall walkers
Yeah,
still
yeah. Oh,
walking
yeah. Oh,
the
totally.
halls in the middle of the streets now.
It's kinda sad because they had, like, these plans of making, knocking down the mall and then doing this whole
When did it
industrial.
close? Like, when did it close?
I wanna say 2000 because,
Really? It was there that late? I didn't know
it
that.
was but I don't think there was much in there. Uh, I just remember it closed around the time that I graduated high
What, the
school.
Gateway suck it all dry? Because I went to the Gateway, went out with the Jazz game the other day, and that is a freaking scary, like
Yeah.
tumbleweedy place now. Holy crap!
Um,
I used to go there when they first came online, and thought this is magnificent. I went through there now, and I'm like, this is kind of scary. It's like the Walking Dead backdrop scene. Yeah.
it interestingly enough, it's actually gotten better.
Really? What
I
happened to that? That was
I
like, check
City
this
Creek.
out. Yeah.
Honestly, City Creek and then, the road home, like, I think when
Dude,
they
okay, I'm
started
not gonna be
moving.
a jerk, but I went to City Creek too around Christmas time. That's not that great. Like,
No.
City Creek's not that great. Like, I don't know if anyone's like, "That's my destination," but, like, for some reason, University Mall in Orem, they've done something right. I have no idea what they've done, but, like, it's that thing's always packed. City Creek, that thing seems, like, uppity and kind of like, "Don't touch
Mhm.
that." Like, "Don't
Mhm.
run, and what are you doing? No lingering here."
Mhm.
Um, so
Most of
it
the
all just
shops.
killed your mall in Bountiful.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, it did. But I think it was dying well before that
Was that where
anyway.
your card shop was? Was in the mall?
Yeah, so
Okay.
initially the store, so it was actually it was one of the locations of a franchise called Baseball Cards Etc. And
What was the
there,
et cetera you offered there at that establishment?
well, basically like other sports cards.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, there were a few locations of Baseball Cards Etc. like in St. George and Salt Lake and stuff like that. But we bought the Bountiful location, and then we went into partnership with somebody in Sandy and somebody in Ogden.
Hmm.
And needing a new name, we decided to brand, and it took us a while to come up with a name for the card shop. But um, I remember coming up with some logos and everything, and kind of doodling. And I'm about 10 years old, maybe 9 or so, when we had bought this card shop. And I remember coming up with the name, and my dad just loved it.
Hmm.
And because it was memorable, it was just, it had character and everything. And the name of the card shop was the best darn card shop in America.
Hmm.
And I wish I had a t-shirt. I have a t-shirt. We still have t-shirts somewhere down in my parents' basement,
Dude.
but I wish I had one right now. Because we had a graphic designer that put it into print and everything, and just I mean, total 90s, right?
Little clip art going
Like
on there, yeah?
neon
Ooh,
colors,
yes.
just, I mean, it slapped, you know. So yeah, that was the name of our card shop. We had that card shop for about 5 years.
Wow.
And about 1995 or 96, after we had moved locations, 5 Points Mall actually kind of kicked us out.
We don't
didn't
like
re-
your kind here.
didn't no did
We
not
need a
renew
Sam
our
Goody. CDs,
did
Wave of the Future.
they
Mhm.
they didn't renew our lease. It was mainly because, um to be able to stay afloat, car you know the cards just weren't profitable by the mid
Mm.
90s. um
If you could have held on, all of a sudden they're having this crazy
oh
resurgence,
yeah.
and yeah. Mhm.
Anyway, we tried to find ways to stay afloat. Like we even did, um, we had some type of exchange with like the mailmans. I don't know if you remember the mailman's, Carmelone. He had an apparel store, so like we would provide the cards for his store, and then they would provide a bunch of apparel for our store,
Mm,
which did help. But the thing that kept us afloat was an arcade that we had in the back of our store. Like we had pinball machines, we had Mortal Kombat, we had um, just a whole bunch, and
wow,
we would attract a lot of kids, a lot of youth.
dude.
And
Yeah.
this is the early '90s, and uh, a lot of the mall walkers
Hmm.
did not like the crowd that was coming in. And
Oh,
these kids,
come on. Are you
yeah,
serious?
no,
Good
no,
grief.
seriously. I mean, this is bountiful. This
You
is
blue-haired
bountiful,
ladies, what
right?
have you done? Yes.
So we actually had to go. Like the mall even tried getting the lease like voided through the city because of
What?
some city ordinance or whatever. I know it was ridiculous. It's
That is crazy.
these kids, like my mom, and this is just I think this speaks volumes of my parents, but
Yeah.
my mom and my dad, after school, they would sit down and they would help these kids with their homework, like, and,
Nice.
and
Nice.
yeah, they were eccentric, they were
Incredible.
weird. I mean, I remember there's this one kid named Max who
There's
had,
always a kid
I
named
mean,
Max, and I know
yeah,
lots of Maxes, and so
but
yeah.
it was like he was straight out of Back to the Future, right? So he had like the neon like little hat, like
Maximus
the
McFly
bill
going on, huh?
the bill was like, was propped up, and
Mhm.
then he had these bangs that were, I mean, I kid you not, that were like straight up like this, and he held them with probably a bottle of hairspray a day.
Nice.
And then he would also bring in a pet rat.
Man, of course. Man, that guy, he's quite a character
And bless my mom's heart.
with the
I mean,
Cowabunga Bart
she's
Simpson shirt, right? I mean, come on.
I'm sure,
Mhm.
but bless my mom's heart, like
That's
she let them
amazing.
bring the rat in. She hates mice. Um, but that brought
Grief.
in a lot of business for us.
Yeah.
And we had to fight for, to stay there and to stay open until they didn't renew our lease. So we moved to another location, which wasn't the right location, and then about a year after that, we
Yeah.
ended up closing shop and then moving it basically into my parents' basement. Um,
What we all wouldn't give to have a few minutes down in there, I'll bet.
but no, seriously, I mean, I have stories galore about how much fun it was. Like after hours when the mall would close, I mean, we would just go
You
run
live
around.
every 80/90 kid's dream. Like,
Yeah,
that's kind of
dude,
what it would be, man.
we
Yeah.
found we found the basement to the Five Points Mall. And it
Ooh.
was the best thing in the world
Yeah, man.
because they had everything. Like we found all the Christmas decorations, we found random like hockey sticks and all these things that we would just play, basically hockey.
Found
Uh,
old man Bill down
oh
there, no
yeah,
one bothered him. Yeah,
no,
I'll bet,
yeah.
dude. That's every
So
kid's dream.
yeah.
Mhm.
So anyway, I've always been kind of nostalgic for that card shop, for the best darn card shop in America. Even when we moved, we actually changed the name of the card shop to Hanson Card and Pro Shop, mainly because,
Who was the pro?
oh, my dad,
Okay, good.
yeah, my dad. But we
I
yeah,
love it.
we had to change that because one of the business partners got into some legal problems and didn't file taxes
Well, if
for two
he would have been
years.
able to stay at the mall and play video games, he probably would have
Yeah,
been just fine. So I'm still gonna
yeah.
blame the mall people for kicking you guys out on
Yeah.
that one too.
Yeah, no, I totally would too. But yeah, best darn card shop in America. And so when we were kind of coming up with some ideas for names, I kind of batted around like the Sometime Show.
Mhm.
which was kind of the early rendition of what this is. And then I was up at my parents' and I was just going through some stuff and I saw the logo for the best darn card shop in America, and I'm like, and it just
Lightning
clicked.
strike twice.
It just clicked. The best darn
Do you
podcast
think here in the
show.
near future, after 5 years of maybe this being the podcast that we're doing,
Mhm.
that some mall walkers will demand us to be
Yeah,
canceled?
yeah,
I
yeah,
hope not.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure, either that or ornery people in Vegas. Who knows?
Dude, you never know. You never know. You can't please
Yeah.
everyone,
No,
man.
you can't, and nor should you try to. If
Yep.
you like us, you like us. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
You can listen. You don't have to listen. But if you're
Mm-mm.
listening right now, you're listening.
Well, and we were talking about this too. Like, we will still be talking about things that are interesting to us, running being one of them. Because, like, if we were running the Fartlek Running podcast show or even Party in the Back,
Mhm.
we would mention that Ashley Paulson won
Gosh.
the what was it, the USATF championship 100
Mhm.
miler. That gal ran astronomically fast for 100 miles, around 7-minute miles, Josh.
She averaged 7 minutes and 21 seconds.
For 100 miles. That's insane. And, I didn't know this until I read the thing. That's 1.19 mile loops. She did 84 loops of that. That to me is even more amazing that she had the mental fortitude to just keep running around a circle for,
Yeah, I've done that.
84 laps.
I've done that race,
It's incredible.
and it's I'm not gonna lie.
Did you do
I
7-minute miles?
Oh, heavens no. But it's down in Vegas. It's in Henderson,
Mhm.
and I can't remember. I don't know. I don't think.
I've
Yeah,
never
you
done
weren't
You
there.
told me
You weren't
about this,
there.
but I've never done
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
yeah. It's about a two. Depends on the year. It depends if like part of the course is flooded or not. But it's about a 2 mile loop around this park,
Amazing.
and gosh, I mean, I did 12 hours and 40 miles. I can't imagine doing 7:20, not even 7.5 minute miles for 100
Mhm.
miles.
Dude, yeah, that's
That's
incredible.
insane. I mean,
So
congratulations.
congratulations, Ashley. We will still be talking about running because it's part of the best darn podcast show, like
Yeah,
host interest. So we will
yeah,
definitely do that. But
yeah.
I
You
did think
never
that
know
was
what
kind of
we're going to talk
amazing.
about. I
Absolutely. But
mean,
I watched a couple of shows this week that I want your thoughts on, and one of them I don't know if you've ever seen. It's from 1991. I showed my son this because we had some downtime, and I saw it kind of flip through Plex, and I'm like, oh, dude, you want to see the most bizarre movie you've ever seen in your life? Anything pre 2000, they think literally was gilded in like the golden age of cinema. They're like, was it black and white? I'm like, you guys knock it off.
gosh,
Nothing but trouble. Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, Demi Moore, John Candy. Tell me you've seen this because it is the most bizarre, crazy, strange movie. Have you ever seen this?
nothing but trouble.
Nothing but trouble. So the premise is this: Chevy Chase living in New York, which
Mhm.
is kind of cool, and they're
Mhm.
showing downtown New York in the '90s.
Mhm.
Um, he is a banking analyst, like some kind of with like finance guy, and Demi Moore, at her prime, is a lawyer, and she bumps into him, and she finds out that there's some business deal going down, so they got to make it to Atlantic City. All shows seem to have to get to Atlantic City for some reason back then, and so they take off with a couple of their friends in their BMW, which had state of the art GPS, which is hilarious in and of itself in
Oh,
1991, and they ended up going through this little small town that's a coal mining town. It's dead. They run a stop sign. John Candy pulls him over, and instead of getting him a ticket because he tried to outrun him in his awesome BMW, he takes them to this house where they're going to meet the judge. And it's like in the middle of a junkyard, and underground's on fire from coal mining. And the judge is Dan Aykroyd. And oh my gosh, dude, like it's bizarre times 10. It gets nuts. John Candy plays a cop and like a girl who stays there, like the judge's granddaughter. Oh, how they do like remember in the 90s and 80s when one actor would play like 3 or 4 roles. Like,
Yeah.
that's what they did, and my son was mind blown, like, "How'd they do that in 1991?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm sure there was a lot of taping and cutting and all kinds of stuff going on, I don't know."
Especially for John Candy, man.
But it's the
Ugh.
stupidest show, dude. You've never seen Nothing But Trouble. In the middle of it, the,
I
90s rap group Digital Underground shows up with Mr. Tupac there. He was a backup dancer for that group, and so it's kinda funny seeing this gangster guy who's really started his whole career as being a backup dancer and singer for Digital Underground. What a hoot. You should
don't
I
think
highly
so.
recommend you watching this. It'll blow your
Okay.
mind. It'll be like, "How did I miss this?" It's comedy at its
I'm
finest, but it's
I'm gonna
nuts.
write this down. Nothing
It's
but
weird.
trouble.
It's weird. Mhm.
Yeah, but is it the weirdest show that you've seen?
No, no, because right after that, we rented a movie on Amazon, and I wanted to see this because I'm a zombie movie guy. I like the zombies running around. So
The
we watched
Zombies?
We Bury the Dead.
Mhm.
It's got Daisy Ridley in it. You might know as Rey from Star Wars, which is
Oh,
weird
yeah. Yeah.
because Rey is playing an American, so she doesn't have an accent, which is really kind of threw me off. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, ooh, this is weird. But the premise is weird. This is a strange. Have you heard of this movie? It's a strange zombie movie, and the premise is this: um, because America's always doing dumb things. Apparently, they have some kind of weird bomb go off out just off the coast of Tasmania, right, like down there in Australia area,
Okay.
which wipes out everybody. Everyone dies.
On
But
Tasmania or on, like,
Tasmania,
Australia?
just
Okay.
Tasmania. Australia, I guess a bomb only went one direction because Australia seemed to be unscathed.
I like One
Um,
Direction.
yeah, one direction. They probably got eaten up in that bomb too.
Mhm.
But for some reason, it wasn't a nuclear bomb; it was some kind of bomb. But like, they want volunteers to fly to Tasmania to like help bury the dead, which because there's over 500,000 people, obviously millions of people that just died, and so they got to go clean up. So Daisy goes down there, or sorry, Daisy. Well, I can't remember what her name is. We'll call her Ray. Ray goes down there to like find her husband who left on bad terms with her. He
Mhm.
went to
Mhm.
Tasmania on a business trip or something from America, which is
Who goes
it's a
to
very
Tasmania?
that's what I'm thinking. It's a very strange place to go on a business trip. Like, what kind of funding do these
Mhm.
guys have, right? I
Mhm.
mean, yeah. Well, I guess the longer these guys are dead, there's some that like they're dead, but like their brains are still online, so they can turn into zombies. There's not one jump scare. There's not one scary zombie attack, but they zombies are terrifying, dude. They like grind their teeth. There's some horrific scenes, and it's not a really bloody, gory like movie, which was kind of nice. But the ending was so fetching stupid that I'm like, they ruined it. They ruined it. Like the dumbest thing. I'm not gonna tell you because there might be
No,
some people that like spoilers.
you gotta tell me.
All right. Because
We do
spoiler
spoilers.
alert.
We gotta
Spoiler
do
alert.
spoilers. No, we just
This
do
is it.
spoilers here. Let's just make
Okay.
that
It's our
precedent.
show. It's our
Mhm.
okay. So she's going now. If you have ADHD, listeners, you have to understand that we have this magic ability to be able to predict movies like you wouldn't believe. You
Oh
ever do
my
that, Josh? Where
gosh.
we've talked about this. You
It
can
makes me
see,
mad.
yeah, you can see everything. And I said, my
Mhm.
son Camden, I'm like, look, she's making all this effort to get to this guy, to finish this business because the premise is they left on bad terms. And I think the reason why he left on bad terms was because she had a miscarriage. Which why would you be mad and why would you leave your wife? And he's like, we're going to talk about this when I get back. And I'm like, you watch. She's going to walk into that room after she spent all this time fighting these zombies and everything to get to him, and there's going to be another person in the bedroom dead too because he's having an affair. You watch. Sure enough, this is what happens. So,
Mhm.
but they make it all the way there, and at the very end, there's this zombie who's kind of staring. There's one part, Josh, that's really dumb. She pulls these family of zombies out of well, not zombies, there's dead people at this point, out of an RV, right? And she sleeps in
Mhm.
the RV and the dead people are out there. And then she hears like, one of them woke up. So she goes outside and the zombie's digging a grave for the other family members. And the zombie kind of gives her this side eye, like, you going to help? And so she starts helping this zombie dig graves and pulls the other ones in there. And then he kind of looks at her like, you gonna hit me over the head with that shovel so I can join these guys? It's a zombie. And I'm like, what the crap, dude? Oh, apparently some zombies are mean. Some of them have like these coherent thoughts. I don't know. Wouldn't that be murder at that point? I'm not sure. So the very end scene was this, and she sees this zombie early on in the movie who's pregnant. And at the very end, the zombie had the baby. The baby's totally fine. She hears the baby crying and she goes and gets the baby. The last scene is her holding a zombie woman's baby. And I'm like, what the crap was this? Like, now you've heard the whole movie now. Is this something you'd
Yeah.
be like, I can't wait to see this? Like,
No,
it was weird.
that's
It was
like
so
Hallmark
weird.
That's like Hallmark Christmas movie stupid.
Dude, these zombies were scary as crap looking just because they like grind their teeth and it's super gross and scary. None of
Yeah,
them
but
like lunge at anybody. There's a couple that kind of run at her just because that's what zombies do. But like, there's never no real danger. Like,
what was this on?
I rented it because it's in the movie theaters right now, but it's one of those early rental
Really?
ones. Yeah, so I
Well,
paid money for this.
of course it would be an early rental thing.
Hmm.
What is it called again?
We Bury the Dead. It must not be doing well because I'm like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
man. So
I would imagine that it would not be doing very
if a
well because that's
zombie
just stupid.
gave you the side eye and was like, I want you to hit me now so that I can join my family that you helped me bury, would you be able to understand that's what he wanted, or would
Like,
would you
what's
be
the
like,
whole moral of the story? I mean, is it
would you be like, you want
about
me to drive you to a hospital? Maybe, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, so stupid. I took my son. I'm like, all right, which one did you think was better? 91's Nothing But Trouble or 2026 We Bury the Dead? And he chose 1991's Nothing But Trouble.
I would too, and I haven't seen either one of
So
them.
dumb. Yeah, dude, not good. I mean, the premise was
No.
great. It was super cool. Like, okay, this is how the bomb goes off. It
Yeah,
made
but when it ends
it made
that
Americans
way,
look super jerky though, because like obviously we must have bombed by accident something out there, and here's another thing. The Tasmanian people would call Ray. They'd call her a Yank. Like, what are you
a
Yanks
yank.
doing here? Is Yankee still a derogatory term for people? I'm wearing a New York Yankees hat right now.
Mhm.
Is Yankee supposed to be offensive, or is it like Yankee Doodle Dandy? Is that a is that an American kind of like you're a jerk? What is Yanks? Is that, do we still do that?
I I guess the Tasmanians do.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I
It wasn't good. It was. I highly. I highly
no,
recommend it.
it doesn't
Yeah.
sound very good at all.
Hmm.
I'm kind of curious now. Like, I kind of want to pull up like the numbers of it.
Actually, would you please? Because you and I have
Yeah.
been flirting around with a game here called Rotten Tomatoes, right? And I've heard this in other places, but like to
Yes.
get in and see like if we can guess what the Rotten Tomatoes
It's
score would be.
called
We Bury
We
the Dead. Now I'm guessing. I
Bury
haven't seen this yet, but I'm guessing the Rotten
the
Tomatoes score. I
Dead.
bet you this show was rotten at 40. Rotten at 40. That's what I think. If you IMDb it, it should give you the Rotten Tomatoes
It
score.
is, let's see, the tomato meter
Mm-hmm.
is 88%.
That's kind of fresh then at 88%. Really?
The popcorn meter is 46%.
Oh, popcorn meter. Is popcorn meter more people and not critics? I could see critics
Popcorn
liking
meter is
this.
40, yeah, verified audience 46%.
Okay, see? All
Tomato
right.
meter is all critics.
Okay, that's why. See, critics will like this show because it's very different and it's not the same I need to eat your brains kind of zombie. But us people who are like we like the zombie movies are
But
like, what the crap?
I'm kind of curious now. Yeah, it has like 4.5 stars.
Dude, it's not good, man.
I kind of want to ask Kenny
Yeah, you
Kent
should.
Dunn
I'd love to know his thoughts on it because I was
because
like, what the crap, dude?
um
What zombie have you ever seen that's like, hey, I've got a task here. Would you help me do this without attacking a live person, right? Like it's so when the lady like kind of gave her I just had a baby. It's over there, down the road a bit. You might want to go get it. And the baby was fine. So this person had been dead for who knows how long. The baby was
mhm.
fine. So I'm thinking, what's that? The baby's got to have
Okay.
some problems.
So yeah, so the plot essentially is the US accidentally detonates an experimental weapon off the eastern coast of Tasmania.
What were we doing down there as Americans? Like, oops, I don't think that
And
was an accident. Come
the
on.
city of Hobart is destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
and victims on the island not caught in the immediate blast are rendered brain dead. Soon it's found that some of the brain dead are regaining motor function, becoming undead, with some of them becoming violent. American physiotherapist
Saw 3
Ava
of 'em.
Newman, whose husband Mitch was on a business trip in Woodbridge, volunteers as part of the Australian military effort to retrieve and dispose of the bodies of the population.
Mm-hmm.
Ava is assigned to the northern part of the island, far from Woodbridge, retrieving bodies and alerting soldiers to kill any undead who wake up. Ava is placed on a team with Clay, another volunteer, and after finding a motorcycle in a garage, the two agree to abandon their unit and drive across Tasmania to find Mitch. While resting at an abandoned petrol station, the two are attacked by the undead, but saved by a lone soldier named Riley. Riley locks Ava in a toilet and questions Clay. Ava falls asleep and reminisces about Mitch. So she falls asleep in a
This
toilet.
is giving you the whole movie. You thought that I
Yeah.
gave spoilers. This is
And
pretty much
after
the movie.
hours pass, Riley wakes her up and informs her that Clay ran away.
We all thought Clay was dead, right? Obviously, because it's this military guy. But Clay's not dead. He really did run away.
He did really run away.
He really did run away.
Riley
He ditched her.
offers to take Ava to Woodbridge, but instead takes her to his house for a meal. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a little creepy because he's like, "You remind me of my wife. Go dress up in all of her clothing," right?
Oh.
And so she does, which is weird.
After the two discuss their spouses who are victims of the weapon detonation, Riley requests that Ava wear his wife's Katie's clothes
See,
and dance with him.
and he does. She does.
Ava obliges, and the two dance and fantasize about being each other's partners. But Riley becomes violent when he realizes Ava has not taken her wedding ring off as he requested. Ava escapes and finds Katie's pregnant undead corpse in their bed, surrounded by a shrine.
And this is the pregnant lady too, by the way, just so you know. Yeah. That
Okay.
she finds again later on, like, what are the chances of that on a whole island? But go on.
Riley tells Ava that he's alive. I felt him kick. Ava escapes out the window and runs into the shed where she finds many chained undead, with notes from Riley researching their behavior. Riley tells Ava he believes the reason only some come back to life is that they are the ones with unfinished business. When Riley indicates
Makes no sense.
No, that doesn't.
Because the other ones that died, they came white. We didn't know what the business they had. So yeah. Anyway,
When Riley indicates that he has not forgiven her for failing to wear Katie's ring, Ava kills him and uses his car to escape.
she kind of murders two people here. Let's be honest. The zombie who obviously wasn't dead, and this guy. Yeah, she's a murderer. We like her.
As she does, she observes that Katie has awoken. Ava makes her way to Woodbridge and stops to rest in a camper van, removing the corpses of the family of the four outside.
Yeah, listen to this.
Later that night, Ava is awakened by the corpse of the father coming to life and using a shovel to dig a grave for himself and the other three corpses.
What? Yeah.
The undead driver notices
pause
Ava.
for 1 second. I don't think the zombie dad dug it for himself at first. I'll be honest with you. I think he dug it for his family who obviously weren't coming back, right?
No, he probably, yeah.
But they wrote that, and I'm like, it's debatable.
It
Anyway,
says Ava helps the driver bury the bodies in the grave, and the driver allows Ava to kill him with the shovel before she finishes filling the grave and leaves.
Now, there's zero communication. It's literally just like eye movement, like side eye, like, There's nothing. And then bam, over the head with a shovel. What if he's like, can you help me out of this hole? I'd like to go about my way now. But she's like, smashes him in the head with a shovel.
Yeah, I think she's a murderer.
I think she's a murderer.
Through flashbacks, it's revealed that tensions arose in Ava and Mitch's marriage due to a failure to conceive a child.
See, that's it. So that means that Ava's husband is the world's worst man. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Leading Ava to have an affair, which Mitch discovered shortly before leaving for his business trip.
That is not obvious in this movie. It is not obvious that she also stepped out in the marriage. To me, that seems a little bit like, because I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so it says Ava eventually makes it to the resort where Mitch was staying, but finds that Mitch did not awake from death and had cheated on her with a coworker before he died. Clay finds Ava at the hotel and they bond.
See, Clay, he thought he ran away. He was dead. Nope, he was there.
Clay tells Ava that his wife and daughter want nothing to do with him and that he joined up to prove to them that he is not selfish.
Let me tell you about how weird this section was. As he's kind of like, and you don't know anything about this guy. He just seems to be a guy that's helping, the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Out of nowhere, he's like, my wife and kid hate me, so I joined here so that I could show them that I'm selfless. But the whole time he's doing things that are kind of selfish, if that makes sense. Like he's taking people's stuff and things. So I'm like, you can't try and make us like this guy because he's helping her at this point. Does that make sense? Like, and so realistically, it was kind of like oh crap, we're almost out of time. We better come up with something that tells the audience this guy's kind of cool so that Ray and this guy can have some kind of connection after this is over. So go on.
Yeah, so it says after spending the night, the two place Mitch's body in a motorboat that they set on fire as they send it out to
That's
sea.
kind of funny, like a Viking death, but it was
Yeah.
weird. I mean, it was strange.
And then as the two make their way back north, they encounter Katie, who has given birth.
At this
Katie
point now, the
turns.
one that was in the house with the
Yes.
dude who wanted to dance, yeah, she's just on some random street, obviously giving birth, and makes a gesture that the baby is that away. Exit stage left.
Yeah, Katie turns and walks away from Ava, Clay, and the sound of the baby. Ava and Clay find her newborn in nearby stone ruins, having been born alive and entirely healthy,
And placed on an altar, which I thought was a little sacrilegious, but that's just me.
lacking the corpse-like features of the undead. Ava picks up the infant, crying tears of joy.
Who wrote this and said, "I've got the movie of the century"? See, and like, how'd this get greenlit?
So it was directed by Zach Hilditch. He's from Perth, Australia,
Ah,
which makes sense.
that's why we're down
He's
there.
known for the films These Final Hours,
Never heard of it.
1922, and We Bury the Dead.
1922 is a Stephen King thing, I think. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
see, dude.
And then These Final Hours, sci-fi apocalyptic thriller.
Thought for
Okay.
sure I would have like that. Like wherever you read that is the entire show. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it sucked. It was like it could have been so good, but like that ending part, all that stuff at the end happens in the span of maybe 5 minutes. So it wraps up quick.
Yeah, because I don't even recognize any.
Okay, now just for kicks and giggles, look up Nothing But Trouble, because that's comedy. I miss the comedy. I don't think we have those kind of comics anymore with like the Dan Aykroyds, the Chevy Chases, the John Candys. Like those were such great movies back then, man. Like super funny, super like charismatic.
So by the way, while we're
Burying the
still
Dead.
on this right here,
Mhm.
so release dates. So this was released March 9th of 2025
Really?
at South by Southwest.
Okay.
And then it was released in the US January 2nd. But then
Oh,
it was
man.
released in Australia and New Zealand just a couple weeks ago on February 5th.
There's no way it's doing good, man.
Box office is at $4 million.
See, that's not good, dude. Not at all.
No.
For international? Yeah, Mm-mm. I
Okay.
mean, I thought that Melania was a zombie movie, but apparently We Bury the Dead is,
Okay, so We Bury Nothing But Trouble.
Nothing But Trouble. Much better.
Yeah,
Tell me
I
the
don't-
scores on this.
Well, first off, oh, that was a bomb, dude.
It was a bomb, dude. It is. It's not like,
The budget was $45 million.
dude. Let me tell you, the stage. Whoever does the staging and like the backgrounds and stuff, they spent a butt ton of money on this show, like a lot.
The box office though,
Mhm.
8.4 million.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. Holy cow.
I would love to know what Kent thinks of this one too, because this is hilarious. It's hilariously bad. It's good though. It's so bad it's good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's one of those.
Oh yeah.
Music, I mean, they've got like Madonna.
Yeah. 1991. Digital
Shock
Underground.
G,
Yeah, Shock G. Digital Underground.
Peter Aykroyd is even in one.
Mm.
Let's see. Critical reception. The film was released February 15th, 1991. It opened at number 8. The site lists its total gross upon completed at 8.4 million with a 50.5% drop off in its second week.
Dude, yeah.
Release.
People saw it and they're like, don't waste your money. But it's
in
good.
1992, the 12th Golden Raspberry Awards, Aykroyd received the Razzie Award for Worst Supporting Actor. He also took home Worst Picture at the 1991 Stinkers Bad Movie Awards.
Dude, listen, I swear to you, if you watch this, you will laugh. You will think, man, what a tough year 1991 was, because it is so stupid. It's funny. Like it's nuts.
Okay. So the let's see, the Rotten Tomatoes.
Let me guess. I'll bet your Rotten Tomatoes was probably, I'll bet you it's rotten at 25.
15.
15. Okay.
Mhm.
Man.
15%.
Mhm.
Popcorn meter,
Okay, let me see. 48.
48%.
Okay, yeah, see?
Mhm.
So not
Yep.
not bad. Better than that. Better than the critics, but like I think you need to watch this just once to be like, "Holy cow."
Yeah,
It's
like,
nuts, Josh.
it looks like it's a remake too.
You're joking.
Yeah, I think, let me
In the middle of this movie, there's these 2 guys that are out like they're called Bobo and Devil something, and they're these 2 like baby looking guys that are just oily and sweaty working out in like this junkyard, like metal, like torching things. It's weird. The whole
no, never
show is
mind, I don't think
weird.
it is. There was another movie from 1955 that had the same title, but, it's not it doesn't look like it's
It's one of
related.
these you get caught in a small town. You get caught up in like in the law. It's like a what do you, like a maze to try and get out of this house because you're all locked up. Like it's weird. But I'll tell you, this whoever set designed this thing, they used every million of that dollar money. I'm telling you, man. Like
Yeah, it kind of looks a little bit like, um oh, why can't I think of his name? Who does,
it's
like,
crazy. It's
um
over the top.
yeah, um,
That was the highlight of my weekend, Josh. Right there
yeah. It was directed and the screenplay
by
was
Dan
by
Aykroyd,
Dan
right?
Aykroyd as
Yeah.
well, and then I
Yep.
guess his brother, was the story creator.
Hmm.
Hmm,
Yeah, and like I
interesting.
said, John Candy, very, very alive, very healthy at this point. Like played 2 roles, pretty funny. Like I think Dan Aykroyd played a couple of roles as well. Like,
And
yeah.
John Candy, like,
Hmm.
I I've
Have you
loved
seen his Netflix autobiography? Like, oh
no,
man, it's really good,
I
Josh.
I
It's really
want
good.
to, and I plan to watch that.
Watch it
I
when
just know
you're
that
in the
I would
mood to be crying because it's
uh-huh.
good.
No,
Mhm.
exactly. I know that I would cry because I've loved pretty much every movie that I've seen John Candy in.
Mhm.
And, um, yeah, man, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is one of my
Classic.
favorites.
You know what's funny too is you look back at now and you look at like John Candy being overweight. By today's standards, I don't think he's as overweight as most people can become. Does that make sense?
No.
Like to me, 'cause I mean,
Well,
don't get me wrong. Towards the end, he got a little bit heavier because of his alcoholism and whatnot. But like, yeah, man, like
but
he wasn't as
he also
bad
had
as.
the no. No, not as, like, bad as, like, Chris Farley.
Mm-hmm.
And, granted, Chris Farley was doing a lot more harder
A lot
drugs
of
and things
illegal
like
substances too.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But from my understanding is that John Candy, I mean, he had a history of heart problems in his family, and so it kind of was, I guess, almost inevitable
Right.
in a way. It just oh man, because he was, I don't even think he was. I think he was what
I think it was his 40s, dude.
43.
See,
He was 43.
43, dude. That is so
Mm-hmm.
young. Yeah.
Well, actually, I this is our second episode, which is our afternoon session for March
Mm-hmm.
4th. He actually died, what, 32 years ago today, March 4th,
No joke. On March
1994.
4th. My
Yeah.
anniversary, I share with his death date?
Well,
That
at least you'll
sucks.
remember now.
Man. Wow.
But yeah, he was also born on Halloween, 1950.
No joke. Dude,
Oh.
that is crazy. See, my mom was born in 1950. That's kind of crazy stuff, Josh. It's
Your
nuts.
mom was
But
born in 1950?
mhm.
Same with my parents.
Yep. Yep. And like I
Yeah.
said, married at 14, kid having kids, passed away a couple years ago. So yeah, there you go. She quite an experience there. They should make a movie about that one. I'll tell you what, it'd be Razzie Tomatoes or something. Razzie
No.
Tomatoes. Yeah,
Well, just put zombies in there and
to put zombies
guaranteed
in
to
it,
get
man.
a raspberry.
I highly
Mhm.
recommend not seeing that one. I definitely think you need to at least watch Nothing But Trouble at least one time in your lifetime. So make sure you put that on your bucket list, please.
Yeah, I'm going to. I wrote it down.
It's funny.
I have it
I
on my
love
piece of paper over
it.
here.
Gets random and weird. So
Yeah.
don't take it after you take your Ambien. You'll be like, what is going on?
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Which, yeah, by the way, I yeah. I had to take some Ambien yesterday because I
Man.
took a 2-hour nap after church, and I think I ate like half a bag of Cadbury eggs.
Oh, dude, Easter candy's on the prowl, dude. Yep,
Oh
it's
man,
time.
I knew, and the thing is I hide that stuff because I don't necessarily. I'm not a snacker that much anymore. But
Mhm.
like when I'm on Ambien, I don't know what it is, but like I woke up on the couch. I'm like, okay, I don't remember
It's like
falling
being a
asleep
zombie
here.
from the movie. Like, you don't
Yeah,
know, you're just, like, on
yeah,
autopilot.
and
Mhm.
who knows? I could
Be
have given
careful.
birth. You
You
know?
could have, and then you
Yeah.
could have flagged down a zombie to yeah. Dude,
Um.
the whole thing was crazy.
So before we go, I feel like I need to like reiterate what we're doing for this week at least.
For sure. Please
So
do.
so this is the second episode of the day. We are not doing 2 shows a day, so don't get too excited. This is just kind of our way of launching the Best Darn podcast show. So you get 2 shows the first day, and then for the next week, you will get a show a day. So first 8 episodes
On the house.
on the house. So today was kind of about introduction to the podcast, the name, and everything. And then the next few days, you're gonna get. I mean, you're gonna get the same kind of stuff. Who knows what the conversation is going to be like? What we're going to talk about? But we're going to kind of generally do some like introductions of ourselves on each of these episodes. So I think like the next one will, I don't know, give a life story about myself, and then the next one about Blue, and
Hey.
then we're also gonna need your help in kind of creating this podcast as well because we need a theme song.
We need a theme song, yeah, and I've got some people that I'm gonna have call in eventually too, man. Some very interesting folks, and this is what's cool about what we have here, Josh, is like, we've always talked about like, wouldn't it be cool to get like Sean on here and stuff? I think this would be a perfect place for Sean to jump on with us. Talk about his role as Sam, the best friend ever. Maybe talk about his time in Stranger Things. Maybe we can get some of the folks I've come to know, that you've come to know as well. Like
Yeah.
this is it's kind of an everything show.
Well, and to be honest, like I want him to show us his feet. I want to know
Can't
how
tell him that. I don't have
hairy.
to be an impromptu thing, man. Be like, let me see what shoes you have on.
I just
Yeah.
want to no, I don't want to see a shoe. I want to see if he has hairy hobbit feet.
Dude. Anyway, we should probably talk about that other thing we are doing though
Yeah.
that has to do with running, right?
Oh, are we
Yes.
talking about? Oh, we're
We might
we're
as
we're
well.
gonna might as well. I mean, hey, if you want to kind of get involved in this running thing,
If you want to run to
um,
Mordor,
yeah, if you want to run to Mordor, you may actually run into a wizard if you run the Salt Lake City Marathon.
I've seen him. Yep.
We've yeah, KP is somewhere beaming because we're
Mhm.
talking about the wizard of I don't know, Liberty Park. I
Wizard
don't
of
know. I
Liberty
don't know
Park.
where I don't know where he kind of hangs out, but Salt Lake City Marathon, if you want to come join us, I have a code. If you use the code Josh26, you can get 20% off of your registration. That's good for any of the race distances. That's marathon, half marathon, 10K, 5K, and even the kids K. Um,
Okay.
there is an age limit for that. So just FYI.
Hmm. Dang it.
Still don't know what the age limit is, but then again, even if I did sign up for the kids race, I know I'd lose.
See,
You know,
save us some embarrassment, right?
because they're running 7:21 minute miles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seriously.
even probably faster than that. But if you sign up, use the code. Use the code Josh26. You can sign up at saltlakecitymarathon.com, and race day is April 25th. So
Right.
that is
I
that
will
is
have
the
just
best day
gotten
ever.
back from another trip to New York about that time. So,
You're
yes.
ooh. I think we need to talk about that in our next episode because
Yes. Boy, do I got plans.
I am really kind of jealous, and I really need a trip to New York.
I
I also
think
have
dude, I have a million and one reasons why you should. 100%. But we can't just leave it like that. I'm going to say
I know.
on
I don't know
behalf
how to end this. I don't
on
even know how
behalf
to
of the
end
Best
this.
Darn Podcast Show, we bid you adieu.